Hello, everybody. It's Stephen and Walter here for another episode of So Chatty, episode number 168 for January the 3rd, 2025. Happy New Year to everybody. Yes, we've been away, so we've missed 1 week of So Chatty, and we debated whether we were going to do one today, but we have decided we are. But this one's going to be kind of a little bit special because we're going to show you everything that we got while we were at the retreat. Not just what we bought, but what people made and gave to us and gave to other people. There's just so much stuff, and it's taken a while to get it all sorted out. So, and we'll also talk a little bit about, in the little video I'm going to insert here in a moment, I did talk about what I achieved at the retreat, but we really didn't talk about what you achieved. So what did you achieve?
I was doing Stephanie's
rock candy
quilt, and I didn't get the top finished, but I got all the colored blocks sewn together.
Yeah, and sometimes he was ripping them out too.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm getting a little picky about my seams, so
yeah. Well, yeah, but you had some of them you turned upside down.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Which I have to point that out. I know because he would point it out.
Only did a couple that way.
Oh, yeah, right. Excuses.
You get tired, and I wasn't thinking.
Oh, yeah, excuses. You just were pulling an idiot move. Anyways, so that's what you were working on, right? We took more than we ever got to. And that always happens at a retreat, but you don't want to suddenly things go by too fast and you're sitting around twiddling your thumbs with it. But we had a nice time at the retreat. We're going to talk about more details about the retreat on Stephen and Walter Live this week. So I'm not going to say too much more about it, but just to let you know, we had a good time and we met with a lot of people that we have seen on Zooms and on lives. And it was really nice to meet them in person as well. We even did a special visitation. She wasn't at the retreat, but when we were in Lexington, and we'll talk more about that, the retreat wasn't in Lexington. The retreat was in Georgia, but it took us 2 days to get there driving. So, actually we spent one night in Lexington, Kentucky. And while we were there, we went over and we visited Pat. And I'm sure if you're a regular on Sewing with Stephanie and Stephen, you know Pat. She's always there. And we had a really nice visit with her, and we saw her beautiful quilts in person, and they are absolutely
they're stunning.
And she has shown some of them on our sew days, and they look great there. But when you see them in person, it's just even more a wow factor. So I did a whole video of that, which I will be putting up on the Idiot Quilter next week. For you to see this as well. But as I said, we're not going to say much more about the retreat because we're going to talk about all of those kind of things come this Sunday on Stephen and Walter Live. So without further ado, we're going to show you all the stuff we brought home. Hello, everybody. We want to show you what we came home with from Kuza Lodge, from Stephanie's retreat. And believe me, we went with a lot of stuff. I thought we were going to have room in the car when we came back, lots of room. No, we filled it up with more stuff. So let's talk about gifts. People gave us things, which was very, very generous, and some really cute things. So let's start over at this end. Now, I have to tell you one thing about this. Some of these things I don't remember who gave them to us, and I'm really sorry about that. I should have made notes, but I didn't. So if I tell you somebody gave me something and it's wrong, I am sorry about that. If it really bothers you a lot, then please send me an email or a comment saying, no, that was from me. And on the next So Chatty, I'll just go through it like a little addendum, or what do you call it? Errata? Whatever. Errors. Okay. Where to start? Let's start at this end. Okay, let's start with this cute little gnome with the candies in it. Now, this was not a gift. This was a game that Stephanie had where we had to guess how many candies were in this little jar. I did not win. I didn't come anywhere near close. In fact, I went way over. But I think it was Candace won this, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think she did.
It was Candace that won it. And Candace asked me if I wanted it. Well, do I want it? Of course I want it. It's a gnome. So he'll be sitting up here with my other gnome eventually. We did have a takeaway table. And I took away several things. No, this was the white elephant.
Yeah.
And we played a game with that. And on the white elephant table, we all brought something, and you picked a bag or whatever it was wrapped up in, unwrapped it, showed to everybody. And then if you were the next person up, you had the choice of picking something from the table, which you don't know what it is, or you could steal from somebody else. Well, when I saw this, in fact, I originally picked it, I think. Originally got it.
You originally got it, and it was stolen from you.
And it was stolen. Now, there's a limit to how many times an item can be stolen. Only 2. And I was number 2 to pick. I really wanted these 2 things. They come with the fabric and everything. I thought they're really nice, especially this, because that is in my wheelhouse as well. So, but Walter picked number 1, and the game goes like this. Walter cannot steal until the very end of the game. You know how I got this stuff back, right? It was strategic and lucky we stole this back. So I got it, and I'm thrilled to have it. Okay, let's talk about the white elephant table. That was white elephant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Other things this was the takeaway table. Okay, yeah. There was a takeaway table where we all brought stuff that, we didn't want anymore. Well, there was a whole bunch of Tracy Perks patterns there, and I have done one of her patterns before, and she does it all in squares. I did the Tom T some time ago. I also have Mrs. Tom T, which I thought I'd have done this Christmas. Well, I didn't. But then I saw this one, again, stars, not my color scheme, but it doesn't matter. I'll use something for it. So I got that. And I also took a couple of patterns that were there. And these are from Chrisma Horton. And you've probably heard Stephanie talk about her on her channel because she donated all kinds of prizes for one of the lives that Stephanie did very recently. And I saw these 2 patterns. Of course, that one's got gnomes, so I had to have it. Probably applique. We'll see when I get to it. And this one, I thought this one was very modern.
Yeah, that's interesting
looking. So I picked up those 2, and I picked up, there was a package of water pens, which are great. You fill them with acorn pressing solution, and they work just like the acorn pressing solution one that you can get from them. So I grabbed those as well. Let us see. What are we going to go to next? Let's look at what Coosa Mountain gave us. They gave each of us a little package, and I may be missing one thing in these, but in the little package, it was a mesh bag, and I don't have the mesh bag out here, that says Coosa Mountain Lodge on it. Gave us a 5-inch square ruler. Actually, I didn't realize that was 5-inch. I was thinking it was 6. That is something I do not own, is a 5-inch square, so that's good. And it is a, who's it by? It says Coosa Lodge right on it. So,
but it doesn't. But it looks like it's got stuff on it to keep it from sliding.
Yeah, it does. The whole thing. So yeah, that looks pretty good. And a chapstick, which I could use right now, and something to file your nails. I don't file my nails. However, I do use these when I'm doing 3D printing for things. So that was kind of nice of them to do that. All right. What else is here that we can talk about? Let's see. I'm trying to keep this in an organized fashion. Okay. We had a special guest come for a couple of the days, and it was the Combat Quilter. You may or may not know of him, but he very nicely gave me this kit. Now, he is a ex-military. Actually, I think he's still active in the military in some form, and this is called the Circle of Honor. And he asked me if I'd like it. And I said, yeah, sure. I mean, I can't do it as a Quilt of Valor for Canada because it's definitely American themed. But I think I will make it as it is because all the fabrics are in this bag already cut and everything. And although it's American, I will still do it. And I don't know how I can give it to Quilts of Valor in the States. But that's a project down the road, and I'm not going to worry about that right now. Okay. Philippa, you all know Philippa, or most of you do. Philippa's from Australia, and she brought a friend from Australia with her as well, Deb. And Deb made us, and Walter got these as well. Actually, he got, I'm going to show you his stuff in a minute. Anyway, she made everybody these mitts, and they're all done in Australian fabrics, which are nice because you know how I love Australian fabrics. And so, yeah, that was very nice of her to do that, because that's a lot of work. Okay, my friend, our friend Russ of Quilt Meets World, of course, was there. And I will show you later on. I took down one of my 3D printers for Russ because I wasn't doing anything with it, and Russ wants to get into this. And he asked me, he was joking, but the joke came true. He said, how many cans of spray cheese would it take to get a 3D printer from me? And I said, I'll just give you a 3D printer. I said, I'm happy that it's going to a good home. And so I gave him that, and I did a whole bunch of series of videos to help him out with his first prints and things like that. Always love to welcome somebody else into the fold of 3D printing. But he gave me spray cheese. 14 cans of spray cheese. And I will insert in this video a picture of what 14 cans of spray cheese look like. And by the way, he wasn't the only one. Stephanie gave me a box of Ritz crackers. I think he also gave me a box of Ritz crackers for it. And she gave me 6 cans of spray cheese. So I have 20 cans of spray cheese. How timely. I was almost out when we left on the trip. I have spray cheese in every flavor coming out of my ears, but that's okay. It lasts 500,000 years, half-life, really, with it. And I know you're all going to say, oh, spray cheese, that's gross. It's all chemicals. I was raised on chemicals. I love chemicals. My system will go through withdrawal if I do not have chemicals, okay? All right. So Russ had a chocolate bar in his as well, but he gave Walter a special chocolate bar. He found one that was no added sugar, didn't he? No, wrong. Walter's shaking his head. He's on the other end of the camera.
He apologized for not being able to give me one.
Oh, that's right. He couldn't get one like this in that. Did you eat that yet?
No.
Oh, I probably will. Anyways, we got the chocolate bar, and then he gave me this fabric, and it's gorgeous. And I think these are fat quarters, and very lovely fabric. Some gnomes in here, and that. So I think I'm going to have to do something special, more gnomes, and that with this fabric. Why are you going?
No, that's nice.
For you. And he made us both. He made one for everybody. He made this table runner with Georgia peaches on it on this side, and as a bit of a joke on the back, the fabric says Gaga, you know, like a Lady Gaga,
or Gaga. GA stands for Georgia.
Oh, Georgia. That's right. Well, I went immediately to Lady Gaga, but okay, whatever. But they're really quite nice. So I will have to find a place. I don't know if I'll put it on a table. I may just hang it somewhere here in my sewing room as well. So that was really nice. And if you've been following Russ on Quilt Meets World, back some time ago, he was talking about making table runners for his sister. And this pattern is called the 10-minute or something like table runner, which Russ says 10-minute table runner that takes 45 minutes to make or more. So yeah, so that was really nice of Russ to do all of that. I especially love the spray cheese, Russ. Yep, I'm sorry, but I'm a spray cheese junkie. Okay, moving on. Let's get into this pile. Now, this pile, I think, came from Stephanie. I know for sure that Stephanie made this freestanding lace on her embroidery machine. Very nice. It's a Christmas decoration, but I think I'll hang it somewhere here in my sewing room. I think Stephanie gave me these fabrics, but I am not sure, and I'm so sorry. It is definitely my aesthetic in colors because Stephanie loves them too, blues and that, but they're very lovely. And if I'm wrong about this coming from Stephanie and it came from somebody else, or if any of these came from somebody else, I apologize, and let me know, and I'll make a correction on here. I think she gave me these though, because we talked about it before.
Yeah.
And these are the GE ruler
Yeah.
stickers. She also gave us a little notebook and a pen. We don't know if there was a plan for a game with this or not. She never really said, but so many things happened while we were there. It was hard to do everything that may have been planned to do. But anyways, who can't use a little notebook, you know? And there is a seam ripper, and I'm not sure where this came from.
I got one too, and I think it was in a bag, but I can't remember who gave it to us.
Now, Stephanie gave us all a swag bag that had some candies in it. It had that booklet and pen. This might have been in the swag bag. I don't know. Again, sorry. But anyways, it's always good to have an extra seam ripper. All right. Ingrid, you all know Ingrid. She's been on Stephanie's channel many times. She's been here. She made these, and one for Walter, one for me. She gave one to everybody. Now,
we got our pick as to what ones we wanted.
She had different designs. Yeah. This is on wood, but if you look at this closely, this is paper pieced. Yes. Paper pieced. Little, tiny pieces. I don't know how she managed to do that and have the patience and not kill herself overall. But they're really, really beautiful. And, so each of us got one of these. Which one's yours?
Mine's the one with the white.
Oh, good, because I like the darker one. I like them both, but okay. Just want to keep Walter's stuff separate from my stuff. Okay, now, I think this was this Candace?
I think it was Candace.
I think Candace made this.
Yeah, because
And these are great.
She loves K Facet.
Yeah, and
actually,
I do too. Yeah. There's controversy over K Facet, but it's all lined inside. You know, this is really cool. And I was using it during the retreat because I had clips in it.
I can certainly use it too.
Yeah, and Walter got one as well. We all got one. So this took her some time to make. And it's a nice zipper, very quality zipper and zipper pull. You know, it's gorgeous. I love it. I will definitely be using that. Okay, then I've got a bag of things that I'm not sure, and I'm sorry again. I think this was in this little package, but Walter...
No, I don't think so. I think that came in the bag as a small bag that Bev gave us.
Oh, that Bev. Okay, Bev gave us. And Bev also gave us, if I move over here... Bev also gave us this. Now, I thought it was a coaster. She says, no, it's a scrunchie.
Yeah,
it's like a
scrubbing for scrubbing your pots. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of pretty. I don't know. Yeah. It feels a little too nice to use.
Yeah.
I think I'll use it for, a cup holder or something like that with it. So I'm sorry if this... We know this for sure.
I know, we should have made note of all this stuff, but then, one year, it was sort of bombarded on us, and it was sort of like...
People were walking around the room dropping gifts on our spots left and right. We didn't know what we were getting or who gave it to us. We're just sorry to everybody again about that. Okay, so in this little basket, there was some embroidered with my name and the year labels with a little gnome as well. Mm-hmm. So I'm famous for not labeling my quilts, so I must make a point of using these. I'm not sure who made them. I'm not even going to guess. There's one person I could guess at that might have made it, but I don't remember, and so I don't.
Yeah, one of those baskets are mine.
Oh, yeah. Which one's yours?
I'm not sure what. It's a similar design as they're both the same, similar.
Okay, because in the basket, 1, 2. I'm short a couple of those things because I think there was something in, but these must be yours. But anyways... Yeah. This little basket, a couple of candies in it. Again, I'm sorry, I don't remember who made them. But these are kind of interesting.
Yeah.
They have a little snap. And this is mine because, or did you get some?
Yeah, I got some of those too.
Oh, okay, so this is not just mine. But these are. It's on the tip of my tongue because I asked them if they had a laminator. I don't remember now, but there's all letters on these little things, and they're all laminated. They're meant to mark your fabric, right? Like the clip thing. So that's really cool. I will definitely use those. Okay, clip flip that back up. The other ones are just empty. Actually, I think one, okay, that's got two. What's in this? There's something in here. Oh, wait, there's more of those.
Yeah, there's
another set, different
Yeah.
alphabet set style. Okay, more of an Art Deco-y font. Okay. Well, we'll have to sort this out at some point. Oh, there's more in here. Okay. So
I think the blue ones go together. I think they're the ones that I got.
what, these ones? Or
Yeah.
these ones?
No, the ones with the blue in it. Because I didn't recognize
Okay,
the red
that's
ones.
Blue. That's blue. That's
No,
blue.
the little things that go inside the thing, they're square and they're blue.
Yeah, okay, that's these ones.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you had one of those, and this must be is this one with the number? This is the letters. The other one's the numbers. Okay, and then this one's empty. Okay, so this one has numbers. This one has nothing. Okay, how come there's, oh no, it's over here. Okay, that one's got the letters.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the letters. See how confusing this gets? You know? So there must have been 3 of these in each basket, and those ones are empty. So, oh, I remember she said that because I liked, whoever it was, I liked butterflies, pointed out that had butterflies on it.
Mm-hmm.
So those must be mine. Okay. And also, now these didn't come in this basket. I just put them there because I don't know. But they're cable holders.
Yeah.
You know, like cable wraps.
Yeah. I
And
thought
one of them
that
is Walter's.
was the lady that did the Genome.
Oh, Pam.
Yeah, I
Pam.
think so.
That might have, yeah, they were from Pam. And they're on leather
Yeah.
as well. They're really quite nice. I have never done anything on leather.
No.
So one of these is Walter's. One of these is mine. So which one do you want?
I don't care. Either one's fine.
Okay, now, so put these back in there. We each got one of these, different styles, and these were done, I believe, by Del Marie, I think, or was it?
I think it was Del Marie.
I'm pretty sure it was Del Marie. Again, if we got wrong, but these are done in leather. They're done on an embroidery machine, and you can see, and they are a coaster, I believe.
Yeah, I think they're a coaster. And you can, we had the option to optionally polish them up with a leather.
They have mink oil?
Minky oil or something
Minky oil,
like that.
something like that. They're
But
supposed
we
to,
decided not to.
because we didn't want it to come off on our fabric or anything like that if it had the chance. But really quite nice. And again, I have never done anything on leather with
That
my
was
embroidery
interesting.
machine, but definitely interesting. So
Yeah.
thank you very much for that. Okay, what else is in this pile? All right. Philippa, you know Philippa, she comes from Australia, made these for all of us. Well, one of these is Walter's, one of them mine, but they're both going on to, I'm definitely going to use these. These are pillow slips.
Mm-hmm.
And I have 2 pillows sitting on our couch in the rec room right now that desperately need new pillow slips. And these are perfect for us because everybody knows how much we like Australian fabrics in the back of each of these. So these are very nice, and they must have taken some time because that's applique, and she's done a blanket stitch, and she's used a color that blends in with all of this. So, and then she quilted around the edge of it to give it some depth as well, and even put buttons on the back for sealing it up. So very, very nice. But Philippa gave me, and this is funny, and when we have to switch the plug over to one that works for North America because the plugs in Australia are different, but it's an inflatable kangaroo with a Santa on its back for a Christmas decoration. She wanted me to blow it up right when there, but I knew, no, I'll never get it back in the box. So once I once I do blow it up, it's 1.8 meters in height. So 1.8 meters is almost 2 meters, and 2 meters is almost 40 inches. No, 2 meters. Oh my God, this thing's huge. This thing's huge. No
It's
wonder.
6 feet tall.
Yeah, it's got a built-in air pump to it. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting when we blow it up. But we have to convert over the plug end of it so it works here in our system. And Walter thinks he's got something like that. But that was definitely a novelty. And you have to keep in mind, Philippa came on a plane all the way from Australia. I don't know how she got everything in her suitcase or how she's going to get it all home either. Okay, so we also got a surprise gift that was sent through the mail to Stephanie, or shipped to Stephanie to bring to us. And this comes from our friend Julie. And if you've been on the Sew Days, you know exactly who Julie is. And she's been on Stephanie's lives as well and her sew-alongs. And she sent us this fabric from GE Designs. And this is 3 meters of wide back, 108. And it is a batik as well. And so Julie knows, I think it's a batik. Maybe not. Might not be batik. I'm not sure. I don't want to take it out of the package because it's all nicely folded. But there's 3 meters of that. So that's very nice, as is this one in the teal.
That's nice.
And now this was for both Walter and I, all of this that she sent. She also sent these two. These are not wide backs, but there's 3 yards of each of these as well. So, you know, blenders. So I don't know how we'll divvy this up. Do you need blenders?
Maybe.
You could have the blenders and I'll keep the wide back because, but we'll just put it in our stuff. If Walter wants one of these to put on one of his quilts, then fine, it's there. We'll have it. Okay, that's this table. Now, this table, I got to show you these two. These came from Stephanie. She crocheted them special for us. You know those wobbles or whatever they call them? Everybody's doing them now. They come little kits. Well, this is the one she gave Walter. This is the Abominable Snowman. And this one, of course, is a gnome. And they are very, very cute. I think I'll have my little guy, somehow I'll get him so he can sit on top of my sewing machine and parade over it.
You have to do the same.
Yeah, because those are great. All right, let's take a look at the stuff we actually, well, you didn't quite buy. You've seen this already.
Yeah.
And
that's the stuff that was it Deb gave me. Is that Deb? Is that the
yes, Deb from Australia.
Australia, yeah.
So it's got an oven glove and pot holder kind of thing in the Australian fabrics as well, which are very nice. Now, and then of course Walter got one of Russ's.
Yeah, not all my stuff is here because it's duplicate with what Stephen got. So I got a bag that Candace gave me and things like that, which I don't have right here right now. So
we did go to a quilt store. We went there last year as well, called Common Threads. And we both picked up a few things. So this is what Walter bought. He bought one of these. It's a Quilter Select ruler handle. I've seen them before. I've never bought one. I thought I'd give them a try. They have a little suction cup on the bottom. And I think this will be great for holding down. I actually got it to hold down some of my smaller rulers so they don't slide. He's got one too. And you know that I did a whole thing about my alpha clips that I made using GE design labels and things like that. I started off with using a Sharpie marker on them. Then I went to the GE labels that I got in the Kawartha Quilting bag, and they were selling alpha clips. So each one of these has embossed on them, and I'm not going to take them out of the bag because I don't want to lose any, but they're all, I don't know if you can see that. See the A? Is that showing up?
yeah, I think so.
Okay, they all have the letters of the alphabet plus 10 numbers as well. So yeah, and I'm loving using these things right now. So that was really nice. So we both bought a bag of those.
That was a panel, but I wasn't sure what I'd use it for, but I just liked it, so I thought I'd get it anyway.
I said to him, it's Starry Night, based on Starry Night, and poppies
Yeah.
as well. So here, let me open it right up, move back, so. Can you get it in?
Yep.
Okay, there's the whole panel. So even if you didn't use it as a panel, but you wanted to fussy cut pieces or, other, because there's a variety of colors here. Although it is a really nice kind of panel too. But, so you bought that. Put it all back in the little bag because I don't want to get it mixed up with my stuff. But you did buy some matching fabric.
Yeah, it's Starry Night. I was thinking make a shirt out of that.
Yeah, so you got 3 meters of that.
Yeah, or 3 yards. And then I also got this other fabric that had printed stuff on it. And I got it in 2 colorways. I got it in the dark gray, and I got it in sort of a purpley blue.
And this line is called Color Works, I think, if I can find the salvage. No, Living Color by Amy Stewart for Michael Miller Fabrics. Yeah. This is very, though, reminiscent of one that I had
I think it's,
a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
At Color Works, I think, the one I bought. Same kind of idea. With the
it has little collage stuff on it, and I think that would make a neat kind of shirt.
Yeah. So you got 2 of those. And then
I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I really liked it.
I kind of like it, too.
Yeah, it's Phantasma.
I'm not going to take it.
I was hoping they had some yardage of that, but they didn't have any, so.
You can look online.
Yeah, it's Robert Kaufman.
It's Robert Kaufman. You might be able to get it someplace in that. But anyways, you bought that layer cake. So that was Walter's purchases. Now, I did not buy anywhere near as much as I spent last year. Last year, I spent $900 in this. This year, I spent just over $300 Canadian in the store, so it was under $300 American. Of course, you've seen these, I bought those as well. And then this fabric line, I specifically look for it. I made a list of the fabrics I would really want if they had them, because that way it controlled my spending. And to be honest, I have a huge stash. Yes, I'm bragging. And this is called Dit Dot by Jason Yenter for In Beginning Fabrics. Now, you know that recently Walter bought me a fat quarter bundle for Christmas of Jason Yenter, and I really like his fabrics. And so I do have something in mind. I don't often when I buy fabric, but I do have something in mind for this, but it's a bit of a secret. So you'll find out when I let you know. But I got it in several different colorways, all the same pattern, but very pretty. And it's all little tiny dots. Do you have more of it?
There's one on the bottom of the pop.
Purple.
Yeah, and there's one at the bottom of the poppy thing.
And a darker teal, green teal. So that, I saw the poppy stuff. This is for part of my Quilts of Valor.
Yeah, that goes with that panel that I had bought.
Oh yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes.
But I saw the poppies and I thought it would be great for Quilt of Valor.
Yeah, Walter enabled me. Yeah. But now, this is Jason. Oh no, sorry, this is not Jason Yenter. This is though. I think this is a Jason Yenter.
Yeah, I believe that one is.
Yeah, this is a Jason Yenter. I love the shade of blue, and that's why I bought it. This. Oh yeah, this is this line. This line was called Mystic Mixers by Oasis Fabrics Design. Okay, so I got that. I got the
sort of a purple color, purple with green.
Yeah.
And then there's purple with sort of a magenta stripe.
And then a blue with
sort of a teal stripe.
And then
or not a stripe, it's a accent.
Yeah, and then a gray.
And a two-tone gray.
Yeah. I was just looking at this to see if this is ombre, but it's not ombre. With it, I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. I just like the line, and I have not seen this line here in our area. So, that's why I was nailing. That's all I bought in there. Now, if Walter can get around maybe to that side.
I already have some of this one in the picture, but.
Oh yeah, well.
What?
This is what I did at the retreat. This design pattern came with the Missouri Star Quilt Christmas box, and I made it, and I really like it. I'm still debating whether I'm going to add a small border, and I think I might, a little narrow one, just so, because I think the binding would cut off my points a little bit. They're a little close. There's just 1/4 of an inch. So I may put a very thin little border around this and then put a little wider border just to make it a little bit bigger, and then I can, when I get it quilted, I'll bind it. But you notice there's one extra house block. There's a story about this block. Okay, I was putting it up on the design board in our sewing room at the lodge. And I got them all up there, and I'm starting to put it all together. And I realized, wait, I'm missing one of my blocks. There are 31 houses in this. I double-checked the pattern, 31. I double-checked my pile of houses. There were 31 before I started putting on the design board. Even Stephanie checked it for me, so we were right. I checked it because 31's an odd number, really, but it works. It's 31 because you have these tree ones as well in there, and that's what makes them come to an even number. But I was missing one of the house blocks, and I went, crap, now I got to remake one because I had set these all up as little kits for each one of the houses, and I thought I was being very efficient. So I thought, well, I don't know where it's gone. And the strange mystery was, Stephanie was missing one of her blocks on something she was working on, and one of the other ladies was missing a block or a piece or something too. And we're thinking, what's going on? Who's ripping off our blocks? Is someone trying to tease us? Not a nice joke if they were. Do we have a ghost that's stealing our blocks? Did we drop them on the floor? Did they get buried under other things that we had? Because, I mean, you know, it's like when you sew, it's all kinds of stuff all over the place, right? So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to remake one. Problem was, I didn't have enough fabric in the kits to make another one with that. And I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Then as I'm hunting through, but later in the day, so I ended up making one more. Actually, I didn't have to make it. I had my prototype. I forgot about it, and I'd thrown it in the bag with my fabrics that I'd made here at home, just to see how they go together. So that one worked. So fine, I had all my blocks, put it all together. When we were taking things down and putting things away, we found the missing house because Lydia had her sewing bag underneath the design wall, and I guess it fell off the design wall, it fell into her bag, and we never looked there. We didn't even think of that at all. When she was reorganizing her stuff for the trip home, she found it. So I'm blaming Lydia. It was all her fault. She was trying to steal my block. No, not really, but we found it. So I got an extra block. Could be a label, if I label them. You know, I'm not good at that. So I got that. Now, the other thing I got done were some of the blocks for the patterns that I am working on, my own patterns, but I can't show those to you because that's top secret. Sometime in the next few months, if all goes well, all will be revealed about this pattern, and it will be a free pattern for all of you to download and work on. But it's in the formulation process right now, so I'm not going to show you those blocks. Okay, so I also I made some kits up to make more blocks for this Barnstar sampler. These ones I did not make at the retreat. I had them here because you've seen them on this forever. Never got to them, but that's not unusual for it. This took a while. This was the main event that I got done. Okay. What else can we say about the things we got? People were very, very generous. I did, and I'll show it on the Idiot Quilter. I put together a bag of things. Of course I did, and you know that they're 3D printed. And I put them in Canadian Tire bags. If you have seen Russ's, Quilt Meets World's latest vlog, he did show on his what he's working on that week or whatever, his little slideshow that he always includes in his vlog. He had the Canadian Tire bags in there. But Russ, if you're watching this, why didn't you say where the Canadian Tire bags came from? You didn't mention that Canadian Tire is unique to Canada. And not everybody knows that, okay? You know it, we know it, a few other people know it, but a lot of people don't know it. Russ, I'm disappointed. If it wasn't for the spray cheese, I might be critical. But I'll forgive you because of the spray cheese that you gave me. Okay, I think that's everything we have to show you. So now I have to find places for all of this so I don't forget I have it too and use it. Okay, anything you want to say, Walter, about where are you going to put all your stuff, Walter? On the floor?
Oh, who knows? I have to organize all my stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Probably on the floor.
No.
Yeah, okay. Well, anyways, okay, back to our usual programming. Okay, so you can see there's an awful lot of stuff. Now we have to find places to put it. Best Christmas ever, all the gifts and everything like that. So yeah, I don't know what more to tell you except just to reiterate, I am very, very sorry if we got some of the gifties mixed up with who gave them to us, or some we're not even sure about. Should have kept notes, but as we said in the video, it was just rapid fire. Everybody was giving us all kinds of stuff. We did give a bag of things to everybody as well, and I'm going to be showing that and talking about that on the Idiot Quilter next week as well. So yeah. So stay tuned for Stephen and Walter Live on Sunday, where we'll get into more of the nitty gritty of how things worked and talk about everything there and our travels down there and all that kind of thing. So yeah, anything you want to say?
No, other than it's a long drive to get down there.
It's a long drive, very long drive. And we're going to talk about that too, because that kind of affects whether we're going to go next year or not. But we'll talk all about that on Stephen and Walter Live. So stay tuned for that. Okay. Hope you have a good day. Again, Happy New Year to everybody. Let's hope that 2025 is, well, it could be another strange year, couldn't it? Well, we'll see. Let's hope for the best. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.